welcome to TheMan Games. So Becky Lynch and Lita, they are now a team. This is being recorded before this week's Raw, so as we speak they might be the new women's tag team champions. So today on the channel I'm going to be showing you how you can make them a team on WWE 2K22. So we're going to look at where to find Lita, how to create new attires for both Becky and Lita, and how to create their entrance. So the entrance is just one that I put together. It's not actually based on them on Raw. It's just one that I put together myself, so it's not meant to be exactly like they are. Just putting that out there. If you are new watch TheMan Games and you do enjoy this video today, please think about subscribing to the channel. We have just hit 5,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the channel. We will continue to try and bring you the best content that we possibly can. Make sure to let us know in the comments what you thought of today's video, and if you could click that like button, that would be another great way to help support TheMan Games. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to hop onto the community creations, and we're looking for this creation of Lita. So the true creator of this is Spudney, hashtag 44913, and to find this Lita, use the hashtags Lita, Becky Lynch or Trish Stratus. So yeah, we need to download this Lita. So we are actually going to change the attire of this Lita there. So we are changing Lita to look like this right here. So what you want to do is, so you might want to keep this attire. So what I did is I just copied slot 1 over to slot 2 and then edited that version, just because this one had more of the tattoos and things, whereas the other creation on slot 2 didn't. So that is why we kept that one, because that is more of like an in-ring style. So you might want to have this one, whereas this one was meant to be more based on the attire that she had last week on Raw. So the changes to this Lita, we want to go down to clothing, upper body, the tops one, which is this top here. It's just underneath the Becky Lynch top. And the material for this top, it is just default. And the colour wants to be white. So is that shade of white there? So remember to look at the hue and the colour picker to get the correct shade. And then we're going to hop down to jackets, which is this one here. That one there. And the material for that is default as well. And the colour wants to be black for colour number 1. And that shade of like a light blue for colour number 2. So like I said before, make sure to check the hue and the colour picker to get the correct shade. And then if we go down to the lower body, to bottoms, which are these ones here, to colour. So we just need to change colour number 1, and it's to that shade of green there. So you can't see colour number 2 and 3 anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. And then finally for this Lita creation, we're going to go down to boots and shoes. So it's these ones here. So I did originally like these ones there for this Lita, but when you click on it, go to colour, you can just change it to all one colour. That looks a bit rubbish, really. So that is why we didn't choose that one. So these are the ones that we did choose. Those ones there. And the colours for these want to be white, black, white and red, like so. So there you have it. There is the Lita creation. We're going to look at a new Becky Lynch creation next. Right then, so now into this Becky Lynch creation. So this is based on a similar attire that she has had on an episode of Raw. So edit attire, go down to clothing, to upper body, so to tops 1. So this is the top here, it's next to the Matt Hardy top. And for the colours, we want black, black and black. And then we've got this image here going over the neck part like so. Now the material for this wants to be cloth, and the colour for this wants to be black. And now we're going to go all the way down to torso accessories. So I chose this one here, it's the first one on torso accessories. And the colours want to be black, black, black and black. And then we've got these images here. So this is just to cover up some of the remaining features on the torso accessory that don't get covered up by the colours. So we've got that one there, that image covering up that part there, and the colour obviously wants to be black. And now the second image, that is going around the lower part there, like so. And that wants to be black as well. And for the final one, that is covering up the back part there, and the colour for that wants to be black also. Right then, now we're going to go down to the lower body and we're going to go down to bottoms. So it's this one here, so it's right next to the original Lita bottoms on the game. And the material for this wants to be vinyl, and the colour obviously wants to be black. Finally, if we go down to boots and shoes, the boots are these ones here. And the materials for these, we have matte, matte, default, and matte. And then the colours are just exactly as the audio on the game. All four of them are black, like so. So there you have it, that is that attire of Becky Lynch. So now we're going to look into making them a tag team together. So to make them a tag team, you want to go across to roster, then we want to go to edit teams. So you're going to press R3 to create a team. So team name, we just left it with Becky Lynch and Lita. Team announcement, I didn't use one because there wasn't really one that I really liked really. So I mean, there might be something you like, but I couldn't find one that really fit for me. So member number 1, Becky Lynch, and member number 2, Lita. Obviously we want them to be cheered. And now going into their entrance. Right then, so for the motion, I chose the Hardy Boys motion. Now, you might not agree with this, but because Lita is so much like hers when she comes down to the ring, it's quite similar to Jeff Hardy anyway. So that is why I chose the Hardy Boys. Obviously, I get that Becky Lynch's isn't like Matt Hardy's, but I thought one being quite accurate was a lot better than two being, you know, not quite as good. So that is why I chose the Hardy Boys. And then for the rest, it's just Becky Lynch, Becky Lynch, Becky Lynch, Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch. The reason for that is because obviously Lita isn't on the game, so there is no Lita music or Titantron motion or banner or stage ramp or any of those. So that is why it just kept it all as Becky Lynch. And for the cast, so we want Lita to be cast number 1 and Becky Lynch to be cast number 2. And now looking into their victory motion, so again I chose the Hardy Boys for the same reason really. Motion heel, I chose a generic motion 4, just because I just thought it was a very heelish feel to it, why I chose that one there. So for the title motion babyface, I chose this one here, number 13. So the reason for that is it's just a very, very like babyface-ish motion with them hugging and then receiving the titles together. I think it really fits a babyface tag team victory. That is why I chose that one there. For the heel motion, generic motion number 4. I always use this one, to be honest. Just I like the way the heels just rip the title off the referee. It's a really heelish move, so that is why I more or less always choose this one for the heel one. And then we want Becky Lynch for the music, the stage ramp, the ring post movie, and the banner movie. And make sure your cast is Lita as cast number 1 and Becky Lynch as cast number 2, like so. So there you have it, you have now seen the creations, how to create them as a team with the settings. So now I will show you a full entrance of them with their new attires walking down to the ring. And there you see Becky Lynch and Lita making their way to the ring. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this entrance motion. Obviously let me know if you like the creations as well. If you did enjoy the video today as well, please remember to click that thumbs up button. If you are watching TheMan Games for the first time and you haven't, make sure to subscribe to the channel and make sure you've got the notifications turned on. Then you'll know when our next video goes up on the channel. In the description below there will be a link to subscribe to our newsletter. By doing so you will get a weekly email letting you know what goes up on the channel. Also we're on social media at TheMan Games on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We are also on Pinterest, Reddit and TikTok as well. Like I said before, this was recorded before this week's episode of Raw. So thank you very much for watching and supporting TheMan Games today, and we will see you on the next video.